Hello everyone, my name is Marius and I play Heroes for a long time. Fortunately, I haven't been played for a while, so I decided to play the campaign, I think, for the third time going through. This time I will post the videos as I go, and I will give some advice or some tips I've been learning through years, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Okay. I start the campaigns playing at the impossible level. This could give us some more challenging campaigns, because normally the first campaigns is on an easy level, i.e. computer. You might find my playstyle is quite long term, because I always put in calculation every heroes, how much they move and how much resources do I need for each turn to build or to defeat a specific creature for that day. As you can see in our first campaign, we're not allowed to build the 7 level creature, which is the angels in our case. So I'll try to rush for the first week the champions, I mean the cavaliers, to be built, and hopefully we gonna help us to get some mines in the first week, or at least the first days of the second week. As a playstyle, I don't like to extend the game as much as possible, because I don't like to wait until probably I'll get, let's say, 20 or 30 champions, and after I defeat everything on the map. Because when you're playing against, let's say, a human opponent, you might not get the chance to even get to the third week, depending on the map size and the difficulty of the map. We have some creatures in front of the castle, which is always going to join, and there might be some more creature waiting to join on the map. The computer doesn't know that. I don't like to play with diplomacy. I don't like to play with fly or dimension door. That makes quite too easy to play, and even in multiplayer I play by those rules, or no cartograph, or no dimension door or fly, because otherwise you're gonna start to take the goodies, take the relics on the map, and it won't be fun anymore. Now, I wanted to stream at the beginning, but because I don't have a very good internet connection and my internet can drop at any point, I will record my plays, and I will upload it after that on YouTube. Also, on the first campaign, we are limited to level 6 per hero, and only 4 of the heroes can travel to the next, or 4 best heroes can travel to the next campaign. But because we're playing on the impossible difficulty, and the resources we start, it's 0, it doesn't give me the opportunity to scout the map and to explore the map properly, as I will probably go for if I play on 130 100% or 160% when you play online with another opponent. Now, I try to get on the sea as fast as possible with at least a couple of heroes. Because if I don't go in the first week, the computer will take everything from the wood and the gold, which is located as resources on the sea. And there's plenty of actually wood available on the sea as resources, and it's not guarded either, so would be very good income for my castle as well, because I need a lot of wood for my cavaliers. 30 wood, 10 for stables and 20 for training grounds. Now here I'm quite undecided because I wanted to trade some resources, and as I saw is a griffin tower over there, which will help me to get some griffins every week, because I won't be able to build that building this way, because I will go for cavaliers and probably citadel. The monsters on the first campaign, they are quite easy. Actually, they are too easy to defeat. Normally on impossible level, you might find yourself quite tough situation some of the times when you're playing against opponent online. If you lost, for example, 10 creature of level 2, I won't be able to. For example, if you play Jebus and you might not be able to break, for example, in the end of the week 2, or maybe not even in the week 3, which is quite important. I don't really like the castle, to play as a castle, because it's quite expensive and the creature is quite slow, except of course the angels, griffins and the cavaliers, but on level 7 and level 3 and level 6, which is okay, but they are one of the most expensive castle available. So if I play multiplayer, I try to get as much resources as possible. Stronghold is quite good. Doesn't have doesn't need actually a lot of resources to be built, and it's quite strong. It doesn't have a lot of speed, but with good tactics or with expert air or experts earth as a slow. Of course, air as a haste, you'll need it. Will be actually quite strong. I don't play when I choose my heroes. Normally, I don't play with wizards. I don't like wizards because the reason I don't like wizards, it puts you in the impossibility to actually build a mage guild, because to spend like almost 30 each resources for a random spell you might learn, and to delay building armies doesn't suit you every time, so it's quite risky. And also when you go for a warrior, I mean a warrior barbarian or even a knight, the skill build which will give you every time you level up will go like 60 to 70% of the time to attack and defense instead of going for power and knowledge. Because imagine yourself putting in the position you're going to be able to have level 10 wizard, and you're going to have to attack to defense, facing, for example, a barbarian which for level 10 probably will have like almost 10 attack, so 10 attack more, even if he has actually a learn offense as well, plus 30% more damage. Your army is going to be falling apart quickly. You might not be able to have 3 rounds. Here a trick to actually take the resources is not always move, let the hero point it to the resources you want to gather and let it gather. Go to the closest point and imagine yourself putting to, you want to move forward and take the resources when you're close to it, and you carry on to the next point, because sometimes you might for him the shortest way, he will calculate if you have any obstacles in the way he won't go to that quickest way you might find. Many people, they say, wow, why you need so many heroes when you have even one castle? Yeah, but you don't have to fight with all of the heroes at once. The point is, as long as you have them and they're going to be available to transfer an army, to gather the resources, or even to take a side battle you won't be able to take with your main hero. It doesn't need to be all the heroes to be occupied with army and to be level 10 or level 20. And the point is, some of them are very, very good for scouting and get the resources. You don't actually need to. And I always recommend pick a map, or even for the first week. Sometimes you'll say, you paid 2,500 coins for each hero, and not all the time you're gonna get the money back as soon as possible. But you're gonna have to get the resources you need. For example, if playing a random map and you'll see what is the mines, what are the treasures. If it's any gold mine available to take, instead of scouting with the main hero, which is not going to be a good choice. Yeah, here actually I took gold because, as I said, level 6 you can probably take 6 battles with the computer, and you can have level 6 so easily. So I take the money even with my main hero. Now we have some mines in the left corner of the map, which will probably help you to build whatever you need for zealots, which is actually good. Is a good creature, um, to have. They are quite weak because I have only 30 HP. They do a lot of damage. Here I was quite risky because I went with actually my main hero, actually one of my main hero, to go and see. And it's very important on this map. I noticed is you got some far far west corner. You got a lot of resources and lots of treasure as well. So if you have like 3 heroes, just send them there. Try to scout and get the resources ASAP. Because if there's no point to leave it for later on to go to your main hero, just to gather that. Here I learned some tactics which will be quite useful. At this point, Tazar is my main hero, which is actually one of the best heroes in the game. I prefer Crack Hack instead of having offense instead of having defense. Defense is quite good, but I'm an offensive guy, if I can say that, because I like to always go on and attack unless he's probably archers, and I let them wait at some point until I'm gonna get to them, just to block their sight. Christian is quite a modest hero. He's not a very good hero to play it. The only thing I don't like on him is probably the leadership. He's got his skill. For me, leadership is not great. I prefer, even if it's my main hero, probably I prefer scouting if it was a choice. But because we're not playing online, we're just playing a campaign, we need to accept these skills, native skills, if I can say. A lot of resources on the sea, as you can see. I mean, as gold, even as a wood. Now here I was trying actually to get as possible to a corner to the whirlpool, so one need to go that far, but unfortunately it will take me 2 days to get there, and of course the week is just passed. Good for full army and new hero, which you might be. Nimes is actually good as well, but because we're playing the campaign, I decided to build Lord Hart as well. You're gonna see later on why, actually, because it's quite, the state is quite handy. Let me say, there are some heroes actually generates 350 coins a day. If you have expert estates, will get you 500 at least. But because it's actually his specialty estate, you get 5% of more each level through, so you will end up probably with level over level 10 with 1k gold a day only from him. And Do you think estate is a bad choice? Imagine yourself like you have a portable gold mine which will go everywhere, and with the army you can actually defeat the opponent quite easily just because you're gonna have those resources available. Here I was recruiting more griffins, which is quite a great unit. Why is a great unit? And still only level 3. But he's actually the best level 3 in a game. Why is that? Because he has 9 move speed, and the most important thing is he has unlimited retaliation. So that means every time, unless of course he's a creature with no enemy retaliation, will hit every time he will retail back. So for example, if you're going against the siege, against an opponent, as long as you're going to have the griffins in, and you place them or attacking the archers or the shooting units, and you cast probably a shield or a stone skin on them, and they will be very hard to defeat. Of course, if you're a warrior and you start to build your hero in a way will advantage attack and defense, of course. And of course you're gonna have probably some weapons will advantage that as well. Eagle Eye. It was actually a worse opponent. Sometimes when you play against 7 computers, let's say allied against you, if you play probably at 200 and if you choose a map like template from 8x and 8, probably your Eagle Eye is actually quite good spell. And why is that? Because you probably don't actually need to build any mage guild over level 2, unless you want to get like Town Portal or Vision, some adventure map spells which you might not get in a battle. Other than that, Eagle Eye is quite useful, only in that case, of course. When you play in small maps, it's actually useful. It's Scholar is quite a good skill to have for the secondary hero. I always try to get at least an advanced scholar on one of my second heroes, because you can transfer spells so easily. You don't actually need to go with your main hero to all the visit all the mage guild around, as long as you have the spell book. And to be honest, even if I have available or learn like a level 5 spell like let's say Implosion or even Chain Lightning or Meteor Shower, I won't probably use it unless the formation of the opponent will advantage that, but I prefer the mass. Even I don't know, Bless or sometimes even Air Shield or Precision is quite useful, instead of using an offensive spell. Offensive spell probably you find it very useful when you're playing to defeat creatures on the map, and you go with let's say probably, and you go probably with strongest creature available you have, and you have probably like 1 or 2, and you want to beat, I don't know, let's say 40, 50 demons with 1 angel. Of course, you might need to take advantage of the battlegrounds is available for you, on the battle, because all the obstacles, they're going to be used in your advantage, and Troll always tries to keep the creature split as much as possible. The reason being is because you don't want to end up put yourself in a corner where you don't actually have any exit, and you actually need to go through all of them to defeat them. It's best to, for example, in my case with the champions, it's best to leave them some distance in between, and because they have the jousting bonus, and champions, as far as they go, more damage they have until they hit the creature or the opponent. Another thing I haven't mentioned in here is probably the free upgrade you can have if you have any stables outside the castle. Otherwise you need to upgrade them, which is not an expensive building, but there will be an expensive upgrade for each individual cavaliers upgrade champions. But the movement speed will be improved from 7 to 9, and the damage will be improved as well, which is very useful. Heroes, I was deciding with which hero to go scout. Fafner is a decent hero as well. He doesn't excel, and if you play as native hero for tower, because they have a specialty for Nagas, the only thing you can benefit for that probably will be the movement speed, and attack and defense he will be after level 6 available for him for each individual Naga. Other than that, I don't think so. I won't play, for example, even if I play with Castle, I won't play with Tyrese. Even she has tactics, which is one of the best skill you can have with Castle. Keeping in mind the lack of speed they have. I prefer towers like Inferno. I prefer actually not towns like Inferno, because they have a huge amount of speed, and sometimes you think yourself, yeah, they as a hit point is one of the weakest one. 1-on-1, if I remember right, Archdevil comes, I think, third. The first would be probably is actually 75% chance of winning the Archangel against the Behemoth, and Behemoth will win quite easily against Archdevil, of course, because of the hit point. Here actually I noticed Crackhag was actually his best hero, so I was landing down because I knew he won't have any army left in the town, because keep in mind this is still week 2, but I don't like to give end turns quite easily. has some nice treasures in here. And here this was the easy battle. Some eagle eyes. It's not that challenging, especially with 4 champions. If you have like 2, yeah, might find it quite at the limit at some points. If you have any moral, if they have any moral. Actually, I had moral in that case, which make it even easier for me. Always try to get, if you can, killing an unit. I mean, if, for example, your unit won't kill that any creature with its tail, you need to consider how much damage you'll do back. If your unit is going to be at risk with retail and that normal attack, if he's going to have an extra attack on his turn for the creature to attack your creature, will be destroyed quite easily. So you actually don't want that to happen, especially if we have like level 6, level 7 creatures available. The other thing is, many people, they will go to build gold at the beginning. I mean, to have like capital second week or even first week if they are lucky. What that gives you, so that means you will start actually to build the army in a second week. Yeah, you can have gold, plenty of gold. 4k a day is quite a lot, but you end up building everything, and you're not gonna have any army left to recruit because you actually didn't build any creatures, and it's not quite a wise choice. I will never build gold. Probably if the game will be, let's say, I would think will go more than 4 weeks. I will probably build at least a city hall or even a capital if I will have no other option, and I will build probably everything. So many times if I play online, I'll probably build, you find quite awkward, I will build a capital if I have the resources in the second town. What's actually the point to build money in your main town? I will always prioritize the creature, because if you think about it, you want to build even the magic guild at some point if you can have the resources available instead of building gold. Yeah, here's I have an endless bag of gold, which will give you some money to compensate. And as you can see, I'm in week 2, and I have over 10k in my bank, so will be quite okay. I don't actually need to build from the first week any capital or any kind of resources which generate me gold or resources. The only town actually requires resources for a creature is fortress, to upgrade your actually Gorgon to the mighty Gorgons, which is a very, very powerful unit. I prefer, because of the build tree, I prefer the Minotaur Kings, their damage output is outrageous. Is they have 12 to actually 20 damage as a level 5, and sometimes you might not even get or more than 20 damage on level 6, which is actually Naga. If Naga won't have actually no enemy retaliation, probably will be the weakest I mean as a speed fixed damage. You want to actually look for creatures, to recruit creatures that have actually fixed damage, because you want actually all your damage to oscillate. Put your just think about it. Troglodytes have damage 1 to 3. If you will have for example, let's say 2, you want to do that much, you still gotta have chance to that troglodyte to hit maximum damage, and even with a skill, if you have even expert water magic, you can use mass bless, which is very very powerful on towns like Tower or Dungeon, and even if you find it quite awkward, is even Stronghold. Here, as I was building the castle, and I was actually thinking about, I said, I'm actually building the capital in the first, actually second week, which is not very common thing for me to do. Here I was looking for the computer, what I was actually doing, and I did my second hero is actually exploring it, the resources and artifacts from that zone. Here I was going to the underground, so actually the crack actually come back to land, and I was going on underground to explore the underground. This specific mission is actually just to conquer the town, which is probably, if you're gonna rush it, let's say probably in the end of week 3, if you're going straight ahead there, you're gonna actually conquer it. The only thing is, because he's I think he's at least 3 campaigns more, don't remember exactly how many there are more. You're looking for all the secondary heroes to get some skills and of course some spells as well from there. As I was saying here, I was getting the mines quite late for week 2. Here, as I was thinking about auto combat, I was quite tired because I would never play auto combat, but because it's second week, they don't do a lot of damage, especially to Taza. Very easy, but very easy. But even if it was probably 10, 15 each, would be still easy. I won't play, definitely I won't play auto combat, but still is easy. Seven of them. That scholar over there was quite intrigue, because normally scholars, they have quite high rate to give you scholar as a skill, which you actually don't want to have it on your main hero. You'll never want to have it on your main hero, because what's the point of a main hero to learn the secondary heroes some spells? You can use the other way around. Yeah, here I was building the capital in day 6, because I thought this game will end probably in month 2, week 2 probably, because I have I think 3 or 4 towns to get. There are one next to the water, one in the center of the map, and I think 1 or 2 in the far north of the map, if I remember exactly. I think there are some, if I remember right, it was library or enlightenment over there. But the tricky thing with the library enlightenment, you need level 10, or you need at least advanced diplomacy, and level 5, I think, over level 5. But do you want diplomacy? Do you want to play actually with diplomacy? Especially if you play with diplomacy, is not quite on fair game, is it? Because you try to get the creatures you're fighting to get along your side. Sometimes you're gonna get it for free, sometimes you're gonna need to pay resources like money, coins for it. At the beginning I was enjoying actually playing with diplomacy. My first hero was actually Adele. I was enjoying so much playing with her. Now I don't like it. It's like playing Necropolis and playing Galtron, and week 3 you're gonna have 600 skeletons, which, to be honest, can destroy almost everything in your way. That's why I want to play myself with that skill. Yeah, on a secondary hero, you think if you're gonna have a chance and you could visit a refugee camp and you're gonna get probably, let's say, level 7 creature, and I don't know, if you're playing online, the opponent will attack you. Yeah, it's quite handy to surrender and with the cost reduced to, if I remember, 80%. And of course you get some items will reduce that as well. But other than that, I don't like the skill, which does is quite ruining the game. And if you play against a human opponent, and you're both gonna play with diplomacy, at the end is gonna be just a mixture of creatures. Won't actually even matter. Is just the luck you're gonna get until you actually fight the opponent with how many creatures did you find willing to join you, or how much did you pay them, if you have that resources. But it won't be a fair game. It will ruin every balance to the game. Yeah, I know, sometimes you find yourself, ask yourself, why I need so many rules? Can do just dimension door, and that will be getting to the opponent quicker, get the resources. I think this is the end of first part. Hopefully will be only a second part. aiming to get third part. Let me see. Yeah, might be a third part as well.